This is Junior Hada from Funcphysio talking to you about patellofemoral pain syndrome. So before we start this episode, please remember to check out our two previous videos that we did from our work from home series, one about low back pain, the other one about lateral epicondylitis. I'll put the links below and make sure you check them out as well. So what is patellofemoral pain syndrome, otherwise known as PFPS? PFPS is a type of knee pain that is found in the front side of the knee. Some people describe it as pain directly underneath the kneecap. You may experience patellofemoral pain syndrome from going for a prolonged period of walking, running, going up or down the stairs, or even sitting for a long period of time, like you do at the office, or like when you're watching a movie. They say roughly around 23% of the population will have patellofemoral pain syndrome sometime in their life. Ever since remote work sort of became the norm, we see individuals that sit for a prolonged period of times experiencing this type of knee pain. So we at Funcphysio, we want to address it so that you can take care of your body just at home. So what actually causes PFPS? So there are many factors that underlie PFPS, and we're just going to list some similarities that we've seen in our patients just in this list right here. One of the things that we do notice is sometimes there's an imbalance in our quadricep muscles. Our quadricep muscles is not just one, but multiple ones that go from our hips all the way down to our knees. And that affects what we know as patella tracking. What that means, the patella, otherwise known as the kneecap, does not follow the pattern that it should going up and down the knee. Sometimes if it gets misaligned, either medially or laterally, otherwise known as going towards the body or away from the body, sometimes causes irritation underneath the kneecap because the condyles of the femur, or just bony parts of the femur, rub against the back of the kneecap. Going along with this idea, the other thing that we do notice, sometimes there are imbalances of the muscles that go from our hips all the way down to our knees. For example, the tensor fasciae lata, which is attached to the IT band. Individuals who do a lot of running, also a lot of cycling, tend to have issues with their tensor fasciae lata as well as their IT band. Next, we have this thing called the Q angle, and what the Q angle is actually the angle of our hips, which affects the angle of our knees. So individuals with a high Q angle tend to have what's called genu-valgum. What that means is that knees caving in. And when that issue occurs, once again, the patella tracking gets a little bit misaligned and can cause some irritation underneath the kneecap. And finally, even if you don't have a high Q angle, sometimes the muscle imbalances in our hips cause, if you go down the knee, a little bit of mistracking as well. So once again, you can still have genu-valgum even if your Q angle is not very high. So those are some of the things that we do notice in our patients with patellofemoral pain syndrome. So let's see what we can do to help out. So try some of these exercises out just to see if they can help out with your patellofemoral pain syndrome by making sure your hips are nice and strong to help realign your knees and correct the patella tracking that we talked about previously. So patellofemoral pain syndrome could be simply resolved, not necessarily also working on our strength, but also what's called motor control. Motor control simply means it's our connection between our brain and our body, the ability to make sure that we do things properly the way that the body's intended. So let me give you an example. So one of the things is we notice with individuals with patellofemoral pain syndrome have our knees coming in, otherwise known as genu-valgum. Although genu-valgum could be a result of the weakness in our hips, sometimes it's just simply not being aware of it as well. So some of the exercises that we introduce you today not only will strengthen the hips, strengthen the parts of the body you need to, but also improve your motor control as well. Patellofemoral pain syndrome is also considered to be an overuse injury. So individuals who keep doing things repetitively may put a lot of stress onto their knees. Some individuals, I may say, are a lot of runners as well as cyclists. Those individuals with that certain type of patellofemoral pain syndrome may benefit from appropriate dosing and just making sure the amount of exercise that they're doing doesn't affect their knees as well. If you liked that video today, remember to like it, share it, also subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you're on social media, please make sure you check out Instagram and Facebook as well. My name is Junior Hado with Funcphysio. I'll see you on the next video.